Hi, good afternoon. This is your IELTS speaking practice test, and I'm your practice examiner. My name is Joel Timothy Javed. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Isha and full name is Isha Abdul Qayyum.
What shall I call you?
You can call me just Isha.
Where do you come from, Isha?
I come of Gujranwala city, one of the well-known cities in Punjab province of Pakistan.
Mhm.
City is also famous for different historical places. But on top of that, I like its educational facilities available to its citizens. There are s- ample of universities and especially uh, government universities available for adolescents where they can get higher education.
Okay, great. Can I see your CNIC?
Yes.
Let's talk about family. Do you have a large family or a small?
I have a small family.
Mm-hmm.
I have We are total four siblings, having two sisters and one brother. And living in a small family, I think that it's is quite comfortable, and especially for me because since my childhood, I have been living in a small family, and it's very easy for us to connect with others, and especially residing in small families.
Okay. How much time do you manage to spend with members of your family?
Well, I spend most of my free time with my family members
Mhm.
because it's quite crucial to to spend quality time with your with family members in order to share our viewpoints regarding life. Whenever I face a difficult time, I share it with my family members so that I may sort out the solutions of these drawbacks present in my life.
What sorts of things do you like to do together?
Well, I'm crazy about I am crazy about performing different types of activities along with my family members together, do do parties and especially night parties with my family members because it is really a source of a time. It's really a source of time for make funny jokes as well and to share thoughts pertaining to life.
Okay, how often do you go out with your family?
Well, at times, whenever I find time, I prefer to go outside along with my family members,
Mhm.
and especially on weekends because on weekends I have plethora of leisure time for me. So I prefer to go outside, and especially in the parks in order to in order to get rid of the daily grind of my life and in order to share my and in order to share my viewpoints regarding my surroundings.
Good, good. Thank you so much. That is the end of your speaking part one. Now, a part two. In part two, I'm going to give you a topic. This is your topic. You can use this sheet if you wish to make some notes. You have 1 minute to think about it, and your time start now, please. Okay, time's up. Now you have 2 minutes to talk. Don't worry if I stop you, and your time start now, please.
Well, I have rubbed shoulder plenty of teachers throughout my life who has really boosted my confidence and has influenced my life. But the teacher about which I would like to talk about is Miss Nasim, who has really influenced my personality. And you know, I met her in Gujranwala city in Satraton College when I was doing my masters in English, and it was, you know, it was not a piece of cake to do. It was not a piece of cake to do masters in English, and she encouraged me to do something. She encouraged me to be persistent in in doing this masters, because I was perplexed. I was totally perplexed at that time. Well, she was the subject she was teaching to us was a novel, and it is not an easy subject according to my viewpoint, because a novel's text is too much lengthy, and it's not a piece. It's a quite it is a hard nut to crack to grasp the rules and the vocabulary of all over the subject. Well, the special about this teacher was but the special thing about this teacher was that she was proficient in her subject. She has fully command on to the rules, onto the grammar and the rules of English vocabulary. So by her efforts and hard work, I was able to to pass my masters, because it proved a milestone in my life later. And if I hadn't met her, I wouldn't have been able to pass my masters in English.
Good, good. Thank you so much. That is the end of your speaking part two. Now, part three. Let's talk about developments in education. How has education changed in your country in the last 10 years?
While the system of education has undergone a thorough alteration in my country for a last decade, because now computer based education is being introduced in the schools as well as on university levels, because it is 21st century, and every field of education has made developments in every field of life. So I believe that education so traditional education has been replaced by modern education based on technology, and especially on computer based
Mhm.
education has been introduced in various departments in our country.
How do the expectation of today's schools compare with those of the previous generations?
Well, of course, I find that nowadays schools have definitely different methods of teaching, because as developments have been made in every department of life. So I believe that the introduction of computer has come into existence in schools, and especially within the four walls of the classrooms. You know, now videos are being watched by the students in the classrooms in order to clarify the viewpoints of individuals pertaining to complicated topics. So I believe that now the methods of teaching have changed thoroughly when we compare them with the traditional methods of the past.
Okay. What role do you think extracurricular activities play in education?
Well, I believe that extracurricular education play a vital role in the realms of education, because um, extracurricular activities play a vital role in boosting the confidence of adolescents in the schools. Now they can talk to anyone without wetting an eye. So I believe that extracurricular activities are a part and parcel of our curriculum, and we can get rid of them f- at any cost from in our education field.
Okay. Why nowadays people prefer face to face education as compared to online?
Well, although online education has been introduced, but face-to-face education is has is of is of higher significance according to my viewpoint, because by face-to-face education we are able to have a face-to-face contact with our teachers, and ma- we are able to get more knowledge instead of online education, because in online education we can't have a physical contact with our instructors, and most of the time our questions related to a difficult topic remains unsolved. So I believe that physical education is of higher significance, because when we interact with our teacher in a quite different place, and where there is no hindrance from our
Okay,
surroundings.
great. My last question is, what method of learning works best for you?
Well, self learning
Hmm.
for me is the best option,
Why?
because by doing self learning I feel myself super comfy, and I am able to observe the things in my own viewpoints, because every individual has its own intellectual capability. So I believe that instead of attaining assistance from my instructor, I prefer to observe the things from my own viewpoints, so that I may also clarify my viewpoints according to my own
Good, good.
method.
Thank you so much. That is the end of your speaking part. 3. Wish you good luck.